Welcome to this channel. This channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the previous few videos, I have shared with all of us on the truth of Wing Chun. And the Wing Chun in the 1850 must not be looked at as the 1875 platform type of Wing Chun and the Wing Chun exists today. They are different identities. It has to be made this clear because it is history. It's Chinese history, Chinese culture. And also the 1850s Wing Chun have a lot to offer for today's living, for the era to come. In terms of, if you want to talk about fighting, even MMA, you look at the short strike, that type of art is not exist today in the world, like in MMA. So what exists in the ancient Wing Chun do have a lot to offer, even for MMA. As for the health part, there are plenty of ancient Chinese culture for health maintenance is there, which can offer for the modern people like us to live a better life. As I share with you on the Wing Chun Inception, map into the spot on the 6 core element. It is solid stuff. And also in terms of spiritual, again, as I share here, it is directly tapped into the Buddhism, Taoism, Confucian, and traditional Chinese medicines. So you have something really, really valuable, have a lot to offer to today's all of us to live a better life. And of course, that is very different than what exists after 1875. So, since this is the United States of America, this is Silicon Valley, let me share with you what is the difference mathematically. Okay, we need to be able to express really carefully, mathematically, really accurately, precise, concise, or else we really don't know what it is. So, in mathematics, there is relations and functions. So here is the definitions, explanation. The differences between a relation and a function is that a relationship can have many output for a single input, but function has a single input for a single output. 1850s Wing Chun is a function. It has a single input for a single output. The 1875 and Up to today's Wing Chun is a relation. So it is a relationship can have many output for a single input. So what do I mean? Example. You want to talk about short strike? There's only a single input and single output. You want to talk about short strike? You need to go into Shaolin short strike because nothing come out from blue. And you want to talk about Shaolin short strike? You're going to link up to General Qi Ji Guang, as I share with you by evidence in this book. In detail, it's technical. There's a function. Nobody can go change it because this is written in the history and it is one input, one output. Now, Wing Chun after 1875, there is no one input, one output type of function. It is relationship. That's the definition here. A relationship can have many outputs for a single input. So in the 1875 Wing Chun and up to today, what is the single input and many output? Well, everybody said, according to my grandmaster, according to my lineage. That's exactly what it is. Wing Chun, a single input, and then you have so many output there based on this grandmaster, that grandmaster, that grandmaster, that lineage, that lineage. And if you ask, where is this 1870 Wing Chun come from? It'll tell you, oh, from Ji Sim. Ji Sim went to Red Boat. Or Mui, from Mui. Can you find where is Ji Sim, where is Mui? Oh, Ji Sim is the grand teacher of Tai Fa Ming, of Tai Fa Ming Kam, something like that. Or the teacher of Tai Fa Ming Kam. And then you have this Tai Fa Ming Kam, you have this Wong Wa Po, and then you have this Leong Yi Tai. But then you ask around, what period of time in the Qing dynasty that happened? Well, the answer will be, oh, is Ji Sim come to the Red Boat and teaching them? Right now in history, we check up to the period of 1850, which is the late Qing dynasty, and the 1875, which is the beginning of the end of Qing dynasty. It doesn't make sense. Hello? Between 1850 to 1870s, there is no anti-Qing Red Boat opera. There is banned. So all this Wong Wa Po, Ji Sim, Mui, and all this thing, it is a relation. When it's asked in history what is going on, it is a relation. And then the same thing, even when it come to America, many people still made up stuff, and some even saying that, oh, it is from the Zen monk Xu Yun. Xu Yun is my Xigong, by the way. Xu Yun do not do Wing Chun. Okay. And then they all call themselves Buddhist art. What Buddhist art? If you are lying around. So this is all relationship. Say another thing. Xiu Nim Tao, little idea. So 1875 Wing Chun writing, the snake crane Wing Chun secret notes. Inside there, it have a writing on Xiu Nim Tao. It's called Nim Tao Go, the song of little idea. It wrote everything. But today, what do you get? You got this guy who said Nim Tao is energy, chi, mind power. Well, isn't it if you using the 1850s, 1875 platform, you want to follow what is written in this book? Isn't you want to follow this? Well, we know Yin Kei San is following that. The 3 sets of Wing Chun is written down in that book. Now I question everybody. Okay, you said Liang Zhan is the king of Wing Chun. Liang Zhan create this Wing Chun, and it looks like Liang Zhan is the creator of everything. Why is Liang Zhan using the 3 sets which is written, documented in the snake crane writing, which is Yin Kei San is using it as a base, which is from Tai Fa Ming Kam. So why is this guy copy that guy copy that guy, and they all have their own stories and all their reasons? So again, I said it is a relationship. It is a relation, like a one input, you can have multiple output based on relation. And that's why you said, oh, you know, Tan Sao has to do this way. Oh, no. Tan Sao have to be this degree, this angle. Bong Sao have to do this way. You have all relationship, but you do not have a function. While in the ancient, everything is function. It's like you go asking the judo guy can link it up to the jiu-jitsu. You go ask a karate thing, and they can link it up to the Okinawa bubishi. There is a function. Now, I have no idea. I'm clueless why I get into this. But obviously, if we look into the Buddhist belief or the Chinese belief, somebody is feeding me this information since I was young. The first thing, feeding me this 1850s writing. In 1976, I got this writing. And then later, I know about this about decades ago. And everything show up. That's why I be able to write these books, all these books. Now, if I want to use the Chinese folk belief, then it is very sure that the ancestor is not happy. The ancestor in the red boat is not happy. So what do you mean by is not happy? Well, if the ancestor is happy, then you don't have all this information lined up and showing up in America today. The 1850s writing supposed to be destroyed in China, 1965 in the Cultural Revolution. Okay. So it is not about me. It is about something is not happy. If you want to talk about the Chinese ancestor, if you really Chinese, you respect about your ancestor, somebody out there is must be very not happy on what is happening. Now, I have no idea what is I'm stepping into. Like you heard about a lot of story between the Wing Chun fighting the Chile Fat people. According to me, when I was young, when I learned this 1850s Wing Chun from my Sifu, I scratched my head. I asked Sifu, how come are the Wing Chun fighting the Chile Fat? Isn't we all the same in the red boat for uprising? Well, he doesn't know either. I don't know. I have a clueless. So that's why I told the story in here in this channel and other YouTube too. 2017, I landed in Phật San, and one of the old timers said, "So tomorrow you're going to the Wing Chun, the Yip Man Hall. You guys are making a lot of movies, but what do you guys really doing for the people of Canton?" The point blank like that. I scratched my head. What are you talking about? So I told him, well, didn't the ancestor of Wing Chun is fighting with the Hong Seng Charlie Fat, Jiang Hong Seng, Grandmaster and everything? In Fat San, the senior said, the old timer. Oh, I don't know about that. Are you sure? Yeah, this is a salutation. I scratched my head. What the heck are you talking about? Isn't it obvious? For me, it is obvious. In the history, it is obvious. My Sifu told me this. I checked the history. This is the Taiping uprising. This. It is obvious. The next day, I met a researcher of the martial art of Canton. A researcher, this is a real researcher. I'm not dropping name here, okay? You guys might know who they are. He is, if you go to Hudson. And then he said, hey, there's this guy come years ago to talk about this red boat Wing Chun, like your lineage and everything. But I asked him, they won't be able to explain why is the Yikam and the Cho family. I told him it's simple. In Fat San, the uprising, they lost, they fled away, they fled to the village. And this is what. And he said, oh, I don't know about this. Now it makes sense. And then we talk about this, the term Wing Chun. I said, you go to Shanghai. You go to Shanghai, the Dian Chun Tang, the pointing at the opera play hall in Shanghai, the uprising people is there, in the Taiping 1850s era. That's where the Wing Chun, you can see the entire thing. Well, why do I know the Shanghai? Because I went in 2000, I'm one of the worldwide director of design, which I handle many design center worldwide. I went to China and have to go down there and so forth. And this day, uh, there is a friend invited me to go to have a sightseeing. I have clueless on this. Walk into that, I heard right away that that tour guide explaining. I said, this feels like a what deja vu. And I look into that thing, and then I say, who the hell is this people? And then in the same afternoon, I went to the Shanghai bookstore street. Here have a street which is plenty of bookstore there. I went inside there. I saw a book. I flipped it open right away. It showed me. It turns out that that Shanghai uprising, the Dianchun Point to the Opera Hall, the leader went to Canton to Fatsan area, meeting with Li Manmao, which is the uh, the the leader of us, of our Wing Chun people who do the uprising. So that's why in 2000, I said, at that time, a few Wing Chun, I said, you guys go to Fatsan looking for things, you never find it because there's cultural evolutions and whole bunch of stuff. But heaven lead me to Shanghai. So all this thing it map up together. And then, because the senior in the in Fatsan told me, he said about at the end of the Qing, many Wing Chun people already work for the Qing dynasty, the Qing officer. They no longer anti-Qing, and they do not get along with the Chai Lei Fan. And this group of people, some are bodyguards, some open opium den, some smoke opium, and then they just roll down to the Kuomintang, the old Chinese before the communists come, and all sort of stuff. Only that I realized that it turns out that whatever prior to 1875, the information is no longer in China. And all this old timer only know what happened like early 1900. As you know that this book is this is written 1890. So the information is not there. So you have a gap there between 1850 and 1875. There is a gap there. And after 1875, you look at the writing, this writing, you know that they define their own thing here. There is no longer short strike there. There is no longer a function. Everything is relationship. And they come up to today. And because it is a relationship, everybody is open to interpret whatever they want because, hey, it's up for your creativity. And that's why 1875 and 1850 is completely in a different world because 1850 is linked directly to the ancient Chinese culture and martial art, where the 1875 and toward today, it doesn't. It is a relationship up for everybody's interpretations. And that's why if you look at all those Hong Kong movie on Wing Chun, none of them talk about anti-Qing. They talk about Like you say, the prodigal son. Oh, there's a red boat, and then there's a Qing. They fighting with the Manchurian, the Qing official, and everything. But that's not the anti-Qing. And then you talk about Liang Zhan, and you talk about all kind of stuff that got nothing to do with anti-Qing. So as what in 2017, where you want to go tomorrow? Yip Man Tong? I say no. I want to go to find it. Why are you going to find it? And after all the investigation, I realized none of those people know about the Fine Jet story about the sacrifices of the ancient, the real Wing Chun ancestor in the Red Boat. That's why in Fat San, right? You have so many Wing Chun in Fat San, or supposed from the what 1890 until today. You have all those people in Fat San. If you talk about the Chinese, like you need to pray for your ancestor. Why is that nobody go to find it? Don't you supposed to go to find it every year? Take your make a bow, a salutations. It's like you go to your teacher's home, because those in Fine Jet is the real guy who have the real Wing Chun. The rest is just stories. Stories which you couldn't even explain. Where is this thing come from? Is it Western boxing? Or is Tai Chi? Who made this up? And today is this Wing Chun, my Wing Chun. What Wing Chun? If you want to go according to the Chinese culture, Chinese history, Chinese martial arts. So mathematically, as what I just shared with you, it has turned into this. From a function, it has turned into relation. And all this grandmaster, that, can you verify them? Have them been in the war or in history? Or because you are my student, then you just put me as a Hendrik Santo, the grandmaster, the supreme grandmaster. What is that? So you want to talk about the fist issue from heart, hand issue from heart. You want to talk about your beauty and everything is here. As in this book, The Restricting Wing Chun, I show you how there is a function, one-to-one relationship only. And over here, you see that you talk about the 1875, again, the Jisim. Jisim was teaching the Dai Fa Ming Kam. Okay, so here is teaching, Jisim teaching Dai Fa Ming Kam. And then here it said that love your country, do not teach to the foreigner. Now you know why Bruce Lee. You look at the website, you know that why Bruce Lee is stop learning from Yip Man. People put pressure on Yip Man, if I'm not wrong. Where do you think those mentality come in? And Biuji not go out the door is in this book. And this is say that love your country, which is Qing, do not teach to the foreigner. So Bruce Lee is a foreigner too. I'm a foreigner too. And those are the late Qing mentality. We won't say right or wrong because in the different era, different thing. Now you know why it is. As for the time of the General Qi Guang, it's not like that. Prior to that, even the emperor, the Qing emperor, have his teacher from Europe. Read about it. So now you know where is those beliefs come. The end of Qing belief come. And then start with all this thing, fighting with the Tri-Fat stories and everything. So, oh my God, what the heck's going on here? So like this, as the other day I shared on this article, you write this kind of article, only people laugh at you. That's why, as in other video, I share that many of the Chinese martial artists or the grandmaster in Asia look down Wing Chun. It's because of that. You cannot get it straight. With all these things straight down to the Qi Guang, nobody can touch you. And with this, as what I share, you want to have a mean of fighting, it's clear it is a function. The training of your qi or recovery, your Arabic base in today's language, and in the fighting, in the power, all are this function is not relationship. You can map it. This 1850. Can you map that today? Whatever in the 1875, can you map it into science? Can you map your mind power, your qi, your everything into science? If you can, that means you are not living in this world. You are living in a belief. Well, if you like to live in that way, fine. But here we talk about the truth of the Chinese culture. You want to do that you call it the post 1875 Wing Chun. Got nothing to do with Red Boat, anti-Qing, and all this thing. As what I said, you look at the Hong Kong movie on Wing Chun. None of them talk about the anti-Qing, the real history. So that growth is a relationship, and everybody be able to elaborate or to get creative for whatever they want. Everybody can be a grandmaster of that. But for the 1850, nobody can be a grandmaster. Why? Why in this book? It is a Shaolin, it's a Shaolin, it's a Qi Guang, it's a Qi Guang. You know, bullshit. You cannot bullshit. So this is the reality today. Are you, if you want to study on this, the Chinese culture, you study it properly. Because that is what 1,000 years or at least hundreds of years of experience. If you want to be a grandmaster, making your own Wing Chun and those kind of things, we know that is belong to after the 1875 platform. This has to be separated. I'm not blaming on who people want to do. It's like they want to believe in that religion. That's okay, fine, but leave this the authentic stuff and what have a lot to offer to the civilization which to come. Leave that alone. Okay. And so you guys might not know this before. That's what I said. If you go to China, if you go to China, if you really think you are a Wing Chun student, you don't go to anywhere else first. You go to Fine Jade, the Fine Jade Opera Association. It's there. You go make a bow there because there's a real Wing Chun ancestor. It's not your Wang Hua Po, your Ji Sim, it's your Mui, it's your Liang Yi Tai. You go to Fine Jade, you go down, bow to them. If you're serious that you are a Chinese and or you are practicing Wing Chun for real, go there and bow. Let other people in Fatsan, other martial arts style, know that you behave properly, not for yourself. You remember, the Chinese said, when you drink water, you know where it's from. You go to find it. Okay. It's not you block this, you block the entire thing like here. You're writing an article like this, put it in the Europe, and then the Wing Chun, and everything. What is the point? Do you keeping talking about, oh, you have to be respecting your teacher? Why don't you go to find it? Show me. Why don't you go to find it? Why is the people in Fatsan have no idea about the find jet issue? Where the real ancestor is. So all this Grandmaster 1875 until today, even if they lined up today here, I asked them, question them one. You Chinese? Why don't you tell your student, your grand student, and your followers to go to find it? Or maybe you don't even know. Well, if you don't even know, that means you are not the Grandmaster. You just made that thing. If you know and you don't lead them to the find it, you are a traitor. If you want to go in Chinese culture, that's how it is. For example, you look at the Hong Seng Chai Lei Fat. Hong Seng Chai Lei Fat people, when they go to Fat San, they always go to the ancestor school. Everybody go down there and pray. Disregard which part of the country, or you can get along with me, or I can get along with you, or cannot get along with it. It doesn't matter. Everybody go to the ancestor school and give respect. So even just that, you lost already. Okay. So you want to talk about Grandmaster? Do you even behave? Or it's only for you? Everything, you make everything up for you. Do you care for the ancient? Do you care for the culture? Do you care for the people to come? Make sure you equip them, you educate them so that they can stay and continue on, or it is just everything for a buck? It doesn't matter when I die. Whatever you do is your problem. Or then, oh yeah, I'm the grandmaster. Whatever the Shulim tell you do, you have to follow the way, the same way, mimic the same way. It doesn't tell you this, that. It tell you you need to know this, this, this. You need to achieve this. It's like over here. That's why I pull out the gadget, the scientific fitness tracker, and all this the equipment, all this equipment. I put it out. Why? You want everybody be able to do it. Only when everybody be able to do it, then you have a strong Wing Chun. Or else what you have? So I can share with you 63, uh, 63 years ago, when Bruce Lee get frustrated, he said, you guys are land swimming. I'm not with you anymore. I'm going to do my Jeet Kune Do. 63 years later, I'm not Bruce Lee. I said, I found this thing out. I'm going to tell the world because I'm not going to buying all those BS. Don't tell me you are a grandmaster of this and that because you don't even know what is going on. So set the record straight. You like it or not, I don't have a school. I don't want to teach. I don't want to make money that way. I just want so that people know to the minimum, if you are a real Wing Chuner, when you go to Fat San, you go bow at the fine jade. Otherwise, what is the point? Jisim, where you find Jisim? Where do you find Mui? Where do you find Wang Wapo? Where do you find Tai Fa Ming Kam? Are they the guy who fight in the uprising? Are they the one who is have a real Wing Chun? Of course not. Or else, how come there's no team of Wing Chun, the short strike Wing Chun? Everybody said, yeah, Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike, Pit San Twin Ta. Wing Chun is supposed to do this. Show me what it is. Because you don't know, that's why you don't know how to show. If you know, it's a function, one input, one output, one input, one output. It is not about, oh, there are many ways to interpret. Oh, this secret monk teach me this way. And then when you lead up the entire thing, it go to ended in the end of Qing dynasty period. It doesn't link to the late Qing period of 1850. So today, I make this straight for you. As I said, 63 years ago, Bruce Lee must get really suffocated and say, okay, bye. I'm going to do my Jeet Kune Do. Today, I'm a different type of person. I'm not a martial artist or anything. I'm doing searching investigation in the Chinese history. I'll tell you, okay, you better draw this line wherever you want to stand. So this is what I like to share with you. I don't want any benefit. I don't want any money. I just one thing, one thing. You really a Wing Chun student, you go to Fine Jade. If you couldn't even bow at the Fine Jade and know where is your ancestor from, are you real or are you fake? Is that serious? And who is the Fine Jade ancestor? Is not is my lineage? What lineage? In Fine Jade, when they fight the Qing with the Hong Seng Chai, they fight what lineage? There's only one Wing Chun. There's no such thing as this lineage, that lineage. Okay, this king of Wing Chun, that is the supreme of Wing Chun. Forget about it. So this is what I like to share with you today. Think about it seriously. What do you want to do? You are free to do what you want to do. But this is the reality, the truth on the history. Since by some reason the ancestor give me all this information, I have to tell you. Because if there is many people here really care for this and really want to continue on the Wing Chun or at least go to the Fine Jade to pay the respect, they know where they can go. As an investigator, my duty is that the rest is none my business. You want to be number one fighter, the best grandmaster or whatever. Make make your day, okay? Do whatever you like. My job is just to open this curtain up to show the world what is going on.